about the overview? Again, today was just an overview. I will get into more detail now that I've given you the overview, just so you can start to understand what the parts are. Now, they all work together, and it's your objective to strengthen them so that they can be stronger together. As I mentioned, the more gray matter you have, the more gray matter you have to use. So the more information that you have, the more information that you can acquire. You start out in school, 5 years old, 6 years old, you go through high school, and then some of us have gone off to college, some of us haven't, and now you have this information. And your working memory is what it is. By 35, that mofo is deteriorating, and by 65, your information is old and archaic, and you can't manage your day-to-day life. And now you need all of this other assistance from younger people because you're using up and depleting their working memory because you decided to sit on your behind and not do anything. So if you have any questions, now would be the time to go ahead and type them in. Here's what I will say. I did 2 additional lives yesterday on Instagram and TikTok. On my TikTok live, I had someone who's retired on there because I asked them, do you hold yourself personally accountable daily? And the person said, no, I don't have to because I'm retired and I raise my children, so I'm retired and I don't have to do that. Right. So 90% of your communication is nonverbal. It's all of this. So it's everything else that I'm doing. Because if I just sat here and said what I said, then you wouldn't necessarily get it. So if I said the temporal lobe is located in the bottom of your brain in between the frontal lobe and the occipital lobe, and if I just did this, then you would hear what I said, but it wouldn't necessarily have the impact. As soon as I gesture, because this is a nonverbal movement, and now I'm showing you where it is, you get it. Okay, so the 4 lobes are the frontal lobe, Frontal lobe, the occipital lobe, OCCIP. Look, I'm trying to see backwards. Okay, OCCIPTIAL. I get the I mixed up. OCCIPITAL. That's at the back. And then you have the parietal lobe, PARIETAL, PARIETAL lobe. And then you have the temporal lobe, TEMPORAL lobe. And so the person was saying they're retired. They don't have to be accountable anymore. And so what I explained to her is I told her the story about the 81-year-old that was next to me in urgent care when I had sinusitis and how she couldn't use the iPad to check into her appointment. And I said, so yeah, you might be finished with that portion of your life. My pleasure. But your brain still needs you to learn and still needs you to function. You still need to be reading. You still need to be writing and arithmeticing. And if you don't do that, now your brain is going to start deteriorating. And instead of you leaving a legacy to your family, not fucking money, because if you didn't teach in financial literacy, as soon as you die, they're going to blow through that money. But your brain, you're not taking care of your brain by retiring. That's not what's happening. So you're sitting on your butt watching The Price is Right. And now when you need to make a medical appointment, you can't do it. And you don't have the working memory to be technically competent to get things done. So she understood that. Ended up going through my content, making some comments and everything else. I didn't feel like going live yesterday, but I always know that there's going to be one person on those other 2 platforms that is worth all of the unaccountable people and their antics, and yesterday it was. And so my point is, you can't see the brain. You can't see the brain. You can't even feel it. If you put your hand on your heart, you can feel your heart beating. If you can't breathe, you be like, oh shit, what's wrong with my lungs? If your food stops digesting, your pancreas and your liver, you be like, uh-oh, wait a minute. If you're bloated, your intestines are going, so you can feel all these other things. If your body starts to swell up, you know that there's something wrong with blood flow. So there are all these other indications, but not with your brain. Not with your brain. It's like transmission. It just transmission fluid starts leaking and that bad boy goes out. There's no indicator light on your dashboard or nothing. And now you're sitting here like, damn, my transmission gone. And so that's how it happens. So learning about the brain and learning how it functions and then using it to your advantage is the best thing that you can do for your life. Later, for money will come and go.